Everything had already been turned upside down. And just when the dust seemed ready to settle, HYBE stepped in, quietly, powerfully, and with intentions no one could fully read. After the truth came out, the tension didn't disappear. It doubled. Decisions began forming behind closed doors, decisions that could potentially reshape Taekook's future more than anything they had said or revealed themselves. What exactly was HYBE planning? Were these moves meant to shield them, or to seize control of their story? And how much freedom did Taehyung and Jikook actually still have? This wasn't just a new update in an ongoing situation. This was the moment everything tilted into a new direction. The moment that would determine what came next. The news spread far faster than either of them expected. HYBE's involvement stopped being a rumor whispered among fans or speculated about in late-night live streams. It became real, solid headlines, official language, phrases like artist protection and strategic alignment. But beneath those polished words were decisions that touched every corner of Taehyung and Jikook's lives. They found out at the same moment the public did, a quiet notification lighting up their phones. Jikook stared at his screen longer than necessary before passing the phone to Taehyung. "It's everywhere," he muttered. Taehyung scrolled slowly, his expression tightening. "They're making it sound like something big is coming." "Because it is," Jikook replied. The room felt smaller, as if the walls had shifted closer without warning. Outside, the city buzzed like always, unaware of how heavy the air had become inside that room. That afternoon, they were called back to the building. But this time, it wasn't only executives or legal advisors. It was strategists, PR heads, and unfamiliar faces whose jobs were calculating outcomes before emotions. Once the door clicked shut behind them, a PR director spoke. "A statement will be released tonight. It will emphasize unity, stability, and long-term direction." Taehyung felt something coil tight in his chest. And our voices? Will they be part of it? The hesitation from the PR director was enough of an answer. Jikook leaned forward. "We didn't choose honesty just to hide behind corporate words." A silence followed, sharp but uncertain. One senior executive finally responded. "You want control of your narrative. We want control of the impact. Those aims don't always align." Taehyung didn't look away. "We've already taken our biggest risk. We told the truth." Their manager stepped in, softer. "They're not asking for chaos. They're asking not to be erased." Jikook's voice remained steady. "We're not trying to fight HYBE. But we won't disappear behind silence either." A long pause passed before the executive exhaled. "Then we compromise. A controlled message, but in your own words." It wasn't everything they hoped for, but it wasn't nothing either. When they walked outside, the sky was deepening into dusk. "Do you think that was a win?" Jikook asked quietly. Taehyung thought for a moment. "I think it reminded us we're part of something bigger than we imagined." "That's what scares me," Jikook whispered. That night, they worked on the message. They wrote, edited, deleted, rewrote. Each sentence felt like stepping across fragile glass. Too honest and it would spark chaos, too soft and it would feel false. Hours later, they finally sat back. Jikook read the final version aloud. "This will change how people see us." Taehyung nodded. "Or show them who we've always been." Right before midnight, their phones buzzed. The statement was live. The internet erupted. Fans supported them fiercely. Critics dissected every word. Industry insiders weighed in with cold detachment. Their statement was pulled apart and interpreted from angles they never imagined. Jikook sat on the floor, scrolling with shaky hands. They're turning this into sides. Like it's black or white. Taeyong sank down beside him. People don't know how to sit with complicated truth. Later, in the quiet, Jikook asked, "Do you ever wish none of this happened?" Taeyong thought of the pressure, fear, and scrutiny. Then he thought of the relief of finally being real. "I wish it were gentler. But I don't wish it away." Jikook nodded slowly, clinging to those words. HYBE stepping in makes it feel official. Like there's no going back. There wasn't going back the moment we spoke the truth, Taeyong answered. The storm still swirled. The future remained uncertain. But something was already shifting. The next rule didn't arrive loudly. It appeared quietly in an updated schedule. A single line caught Jungkook's eye. Joint live broadcasts, temporarily restricted. Taeyong read it. His breath caught. They didn't even ask. It's a boundary, Jungkook replied. Later, their manager explained gently, reactions are unstable. Unscripted moments could become headlines. So we're being protected from ourselves? Taeyong asked. Not exactly, the woman said. It's about slowing things down. That word again. Slow. When they left the building, the sky was muted. In the van, Taeyong murmured, I thought backlash would be the hardest part. Not being quietly separated. They're not separating us, Jungkook said. They're regulating us. But that night, the distance felt different. Not physical, but structural. At one point, Jungkook stood in the doorway. This feels wrong. Which part? Taeyong asked. All of it? We faced the world together, but behind the scenes we're being nudged apart. Taeyong stared at him. Do you think this is how it begins? Not banning. Not forcing. Just guiding us away from each other slowly? Jungkook shook his head. That won't work on me. Me either, Taeyong whispered. Days later, subtle changes multiplied. Separate interviews. Different rooms. Opposite sides during rehearsal. Nothing obvious enough to accuse, but unmistakable. Then came the rooftop conversation. Taeyong admitted quietly, they moved me 3 or 4 times already. I stopped counting when I realized it wasn't random. They're isolating moments, Jungkook said. Taeyong nodded. The spaces where we naturally meet, they're taking those away. A few days later came the first real emotional crack. A producer told Taeyong to sing less emotionally. Why? Taeyong challenged. It's safer. Jungkook watched from behind the glass, anger settling under his ribs. It's not about the song anymore, Taeyong said afterward. It's about control. Then the message came. Individual brand projects will proceed. No overlaps. That night, they argued, not loudly, but painfully. What if pushing back costs us? Jungkook asked. What if staying quiet costs us each other? Taeyong replied. The question hung between them like something fragile. Then came the rumor article. Restructuring. Individual focus. Words crafted to seem harmless but carrying a message. Taeyong stared at it. So it begins. Jungkook looked at him with new resolve. Then we stop letting them write the story. Taeyong searched his face. You understand what that means? Yes, Jungkook said. And for once, I'm not scared. The storm still raged outside, but inside, something finally changed. They were no longer just reacting. They were choosing.